He know you and Jay-Z then hunched around, and Jay-Z then went to the Wendy Williams and said, yeah, we got to stick together. Okay? We hunching. We done hunched. That's what we do. We hunch. That's what we do when we get together. Hunch. I don't hear nobody out there. Hold You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Doom, 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 doom. Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. When you lived inside of me, there was nothing I could conceive that you wouldn't do for me. Trouble seems so far away. You changed that right away. Carmen girl. By the time I returned to the bedroom with the goodies, SC was completely naked and stretched out on the bed. I got undressed and then decorated his frame with the whipped cream. I fed him a few strawberries, then got busy. As I licked his body clean, he moaned all the while, calling my name. We hung out for a couple of hours at his bungalow-style suite until we both fell asleep. I woke up about half-hour later and left. Nas was aware of the fact that SC and I were still communicating. This disturbed him greatly because he was in New York and couldn't keep tabs on me. Even through everything that had happened, Nas never stopped wanting us back. When he realized that buying the mansion wasn't going to change anything between us, he wanted out. I don't think he actually wants you back. I think it was more so about the competition. I tell young people all the time, are you sure you love him? Or is it just the competition between you and the other girl? Is it just your stewing on the fact that another woman has your man or your woman, whatever, you feel like that day? You got to distinguish between the two. And once you do that, you're able to function mentally properly. So I don't know if he actually wants Carmen back. I think now it's just about him winning now. Because why would he want you back? After Jay-Z then ran all through you. You know Nas ain't around here sucking on a vagina. He ain't gonna suck on a vagina that Jay-Z's big ego has been in. So it's like, where are you now? When he realized that buying the mansion wasn't going to change anything between us, he wanted out. He started looking into purchasing property in Atlanta. He wanted an escape from New York. I considered the move and agreed that it might be the best thing for us all. A fresh start. Destiny was getting pretty lonely and wanted a permanent playmate, a sibling. She wanted mommy to have another baby. In a sense, I was ready to settle down. I just hoped that I could put everything behind us. Maybe this was what was meant for me. Maybe it was meant for Nas and me to be together, and it was time for us both to get it together. A ranch style, something simple and something that we could call home was waiting in Atlanta. I hadn't seen the house yet. It needed some work according to Nas, and he wanted it to be a surprise. He described it as being pretty big, but simple, with just a few bedrooms and a full basement. All we had to do was build a pool in the back, and it would be the perfect home. As soon as we made our new plans, the rumors began to swell. SC and Carmen are an item. This was the word on the streets. Nas couldn't and didn't want to handle it. I think what bothered him most was that everyone else knew. His pride was on the line. Radio personalities were feeding the listeners with speculation and over-exaggerated stories. This was a rough time. One particular afternoon, Nas called. Something had to be wrong. Nas was out of breath and almost speaking in hysterics. He was about to go on the air with Wendy Williams. Apparently, Wendy was on the air going on and on about some X-rated video of me and SC. This was a rumor she had heard about. She even offered a $5,000 reward to the person who could deliver the tape to her as proof. Nas called the show. While he talked to her on the air, he had me on the phone listening. She had him right where she wanted him. He completely made a fool of himself. At that point, I was disgusted. He made our relationship seem like a one-night stand. He couldn't understand why I was on the other line breaking. He explained that he had to basically cover his ass. Carm, what am I supposed to do? I can't let the public know what's really going on. What's really going on, Carmen, is that you basically made him look like a goddamn fool. He's in love with a woman, or maybe in love, I don't know. But he's entangled with a woman that has bore his child and is now hunching on the Jay-Z for years. He made our relationship seem like a one-night stand. He couldn't understand why I was on the other line breaking. Yeah, I don't understand why you breaking either. Because you're the reason why we're at this point now. Because of you and your actions. He explained that he had to basically cover his ass. Carm, what am I supposed to do? I can't let the public know what's really going on. I was livid. Nas, you made me seem like a groupie you met in the club and knocked up on a humble. How else is he supposed to present it to the world? You made it like this. Carmen, girl. Carmen. You can't fuck one of his colleagues and think that he gonna be okay with you, girl. If Nas is chasing after you still after he know you and Jay-Z then hunched around and Jay-Z then went to the Wendy Williams and said, yeah, we got a sex tape together. Okay? We hunching. We done hunched. That's what we do. We hunch. That's what we do when we get together. Hunch. Okay? And still think Nas is going to have the same love for you. He going to treat you like like you slept with his best friend. Sleeping with his best friend is the same thing as sleeping with his enemy, girl. It has the same cause and effect. If we are starting over, everything should be put behind us. We are planning a wedding, for Christ's sake, and not starting over, I continued. I know, Carm, and I want the plans to stay the same. I didn't know what else to do. This bitch was on the radio wilding about a video this ninja Jay got. There's no video, Nas, I said. You played yourself. No, you played yourself, Carmen. And now there is absolutely no way we'll ever be together. I cannot believe this lady is dangling their relationship like a carrot in front of a horse. Like she ain't fuck the Allen Iverson or the Jay-Z. This is absolutely astoundable to me. Bitches then cried and begged for less. Don't send me no doctor. Dun, 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 dun. Filling me up with all those pills. Dun, 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 dun. I got a man named Dr. Feelgood. You done hunched like 2 or 3 men along the way. And you talking shit to Nas. Bitches done cried for less. Bitches done cried and begged for less. I canceled everything. There was going to be no reconciling. I mean, you did him a favor because he ended up with Khalees. It was a done deal as far as I was concerned. Nod would always uphold his image above his family. I had to take a drink of water on this. I couldn't let this go on without addressing SC. I asked him, is there something you want to tell me? He denied Wendy's allegations. He swore that there was no video. I had to hear it for myself. Deep down, I knew there was no video. SC wasn't that kind of ninja. And I knew for sure that he was too insecure to do a porn himself. He would be exposing his sensitive sexual side to a vast majority. You know what? I wonder how that works out. Because I told you that them Virgos be super freaks. Okay? have I ever been with? Yeah, and you know what? When I was with a Sagittarian, it was kind of dry. I hate to say it. I mean, it was super dry in comparison to what a Virgo is capable of. How did Beyonce get Jay-Z to match her actuality? He would be exposing his sensitive actual side to a vast majority. No way, no how. So I wasn't worried about a video. I was more concerned with where this whole thing was going, and more important, where it would end. I started crying. I was so upset. I tried to hold it in, but couldn't. This was the first time SC had ever seen this side of me. I broke down on the phone. Everything just caved in on me all at once. Why did your asshole boyfriend call that bitch? What is wrong with him? After we talked some more, he said, you know, Carm, I always thought that you and me would have a baby and get married. Talking about Sean Carter. Girl, please. You know how many babies out there that the Jay-Z have disappeared? Like I said again, where the fuck is Free? Where the fuck is Free? I found her on the Instagram. But where the fuck is Free in that goddamn baby? Okay, talking about getting married. Girl, stop it. Ooh, you know what else I was thinking, y'all? Ooh. So remember in the movie Scarface with Al Pacino? He had seen the big bosses. Michelle Pfeiffer, who knew that she was only 15 or 14 years old when she was doing that movie. But remember when he seen Michelle Pfeiffer coming down that elevator, that glass elevator, and he was like, ooh, yeah, I gotta have her. I gotta have the big boss's booger sugar wife. I gotta have her. I'm like, is that what men be thinking? Is that why they try to get somebody else's woman? You know, it's confusing to me. I mean, is that what happens? You look at the woman like, oh, I gotta have? I sighed and brushed it off. Enough game already. I responded with whatever, SC, exactly. Because them Sagittarians will tell you whatever you need to hear, baby. The following day, Wendy read a fax on the air that she received from SC, stating that the allegations regarding the X-rated video were untrue, and he apologized to my father and family for any distress that may have been caused as a result of the false information. Do you think that Jay-Z put it out there? I mean, because it's possible. They don't care about breaking up a happy home. At that point, Nas felt even more threatened by SC and was fuming with rage. After all, SC had just saved the day. He wanted SC's home address and was willing to do what he had to do to get it. After refusing repeatedly, Nas used Destiny's child support as collateral. I couldn't believe he was doing this. The checks had stopped. Things had changed drastically, and our lives spiraled downward. There's a cost you gotta pay for fucking a man's enemy. There's a cost you gotta pay, girl, and it's called child support. Now, Destiny shouldn't have to pay it. You know, pay for your mistake of sucking the wrong dick. But that's what happens. Mothers make it hard for the children all the time. I ain't saying niggas don't be the worst. I'm just saying mammies make it hard all the time.